It's tight. When's the last time I used it, anyway? I think there's Cancun sand in here. Anyway.
Oh, hi, Shane.
How you doing?
Yeah. Thanks for coming by to help me.
Oh, no problem. It looks like you need a little bit of help.
I'm not quite sure what's going on with his mask there. Do heads get bigger as time goes by?
Well, it depends on how big your career gets. That's the whole thing. We're going to put our gear together, okay? Then we're going to gear up each other and do a buddy check, okay? And you got to make sure that before you go do any diving, you got to make sure that all your system is working and it's in the right order.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is a giant stride entry, and usually with my students, I have most of them, usually for refresher courses, have them do a giant stride off the power.
Is there another option?
Well, yeah, if you're not really up to the
Giant stride entry off the tower, yeah. The guys at the shop said I'd probably need like 2 big steel tanks for a 10-minute dive the way I suck back the air. Now, what's the difference between someone who floats, like me, I need a lot of weight to get to the bottom, and someone like you who needs a very light weight belt? What's the difference there?
I would probably say that, judging by our body comparisons,
Yes.
you're very fit.
Oh, boy.
We're going to do what's called a buddy check, okay? That involves a checking of the BCD, checking of the weight belts, and also involves checking of the releases, and, of course, the air. Okay? We want to make sure all those systems are in order.
What is thy bidding, my master?
When you make a giant stride out, make sure that your head is above the water. So make sure you got lots of air in your BCD, and you're going to pick a focal point on the other side and stretch out as far as you can. Okay? Pretend you're stepping on the other side of the pool. That's
Good. All joking aside, Shane Lockhart takes his job as a diving instructor. Scuba diving, including taking off and clearing the mask, locating the regulator, and removing and putting back on all that gear.
Well, it was good, Rick.
No, be honest. I felt like I really did need that lesson down there. There's a lot to remember.
Have you ever tried bowling? No,
That's your honest opinion.
No, very, very, very well. You're pretty much ready to go and clean up the Okanagan Lake now.
Yeah, that's a week away, though. In the meantime, I still have my yard to face. Maybe tennis.
You'll be seeing these up all over. Marinas, regional and private, yacht clubs, etc. Why we started it is once I became a diver, I started to see what was under there, you know, and it's a beautiful lake. It's our main resource. It's our source of drinking water. Why are people doing this? This is what I can't understand. So the idea came together, and with all the diving community and volunteers, it just kicked off very well.
All right, let's see what the bottom of this lake really looks like.
Just kidding. So, Mike, how long has this been going on, the dive?
Well, we started in 1990. We're in our 7th, and it seems that we still have work to do every year.
Yeah, and you're having no problem finding divers to take part.
We had yesterday 35 divers out. You can calculate 70 dives were made, and so that's 70 individual dives.
And
about
how much garbage?
30 to 40 minutes a dive. So
Yeah, and how much garbage was brought up?
yesterday we did about 700 kilos was the measurement. So that's pretty much per diver. Today we'll probably do a little bit more because of in terms of weight because of the big items. But
Right.
A lot of these divers, if you see, looking around, I mean, they're on there. Some of them will actually do another dive yet today, and it's about 2 o'clock.
Anything interesting you remember ever bringing up or seeing come up that you wouldn't have expected?
Yeah, yesterday we got a hold of some 9mm bullets, which was kind of a shock. It's in a baby food jar. Then I pulled it up, and of course underwater everything's 25% bigger.
So somewhere along the line, I lost my guzzy, but I did what every good camera or what every good anchor does. I just stuck to the guy with the camera.
This is for the news cruiser, okay?
Yeah.
For one of the
Yeah, there's budget cuts at the station.
yeah, budget cuts, yeah. We thought, you know, Terry had rotted like this.
I felt much like a dog on a leash, but I knew
Well,
at
that's
least...
okay. I had the other end of the leash. I had the other end of the leash.
Yeah. At first I thought I was doing something useful. Then I realized you just didn't want me to get lost.
Well, everybody started picking up tires at one time, and it got really ugly.
Well, I feel like we got something useful done today, Mike.
Well, yeah, we did. You know, in your 25 minutes, we got some tires out of there and helped to that other ton of stuff we got up there in the dumpster.
Yeah, it gives me a good
job.
Well, thanks. And you guys really know what you're doing. I mean, there's a system to this, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I could talk you guys into coming with me back to my place. There's a lot of garbage there that needs to get picked up.
I don't think so. No, I don't.
Come on, the afternoon job.
No.
All right, maybe next weekend, guys. Maybe next weekend.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I was doing all the fun.
Whoa, murky, dirty, cold.
Cold. My face went numb right away. And but thanks to Robinette, the organizer, and to Mike for kind of looking after me underwater, and for Glenn for taking those pictures.
This is not your first time diving. I mean, you've done this before.
I have my ticket, but I haven't had to use it many times, and that's why I was glad to be able to get that review from Diving Dynamics. You know?
And they donated their time and efforts, and everyone else donating?
Yeah, everybody except for the city. They charged the organization to use that park there to clean the lake.
Bureaucracy at its finest.
Okay.
We'll be right back with another adventure after the break.
Keeping the water clean should be a top priority. This weekend, a project will take place that will help see the preservation of our area's pristine lakes. Project C.O.O.L is a diver-initiated program where concerned divers get together to help clean out the bottom of our Okanagan lakes.
It's kind of got several goals. One is, I think, it obviously has its environmental goal. Go down there and clean up what's in there, take it back onto land, and dispose of it in landfills or in any area where that can be recycled. What those things it can be, and there's usually not a lot after it's been in the lake for a while. The other side of it is to bring awareness of the public to what's down there, so that by showing you what we pull out of the lake, you think twice about throwing something into the lake, because it's not out of sight, out of mind when you throw it in there. It's still there. The lake looks nice at the top, but when you look at the bottom, whatever you threw in there is still there. All certified scuba divers, and we welcome any scuba diver to come on down and dive with us. We take everybody from basic open water. We have people on site who are rescue divers, dive masters, master scuba divers, instructors. So we have, even for the novice diver, we have people on site that they can buddy up with that have more experience, and they can have an enjoyable dive.
You may be surprised at some of the items found in the lake. The divers have found everything from tires, cans, bikes, bottles, and of course, cell phones. During this short dive, a depth finder was found.
The lake is your drinking water source. It's one of your tourism sources. It's your own personal swimming pool. I mean, you wouldn't walk out to your swimming pool and throw a bunch of stuff in there, so don't do it to your lake.
Head on down to Kerry Park on Saturday, September 15th or 16th between 9 and 3 p.m. and see what Project C.O.O.L pulls out of Okanagan Lake. Reporting from Kelowna, Tammy Bates, Okanagan Today.